Greetings Marines, FiOth here, and today we're taking another look at one of the heavies, the Impact Grenade Launcher. So I barely touch this gun anymore. Like, we have such better heavies since Season 3 that the Impact just stayed in the bank. I never touched it for the longest time. But people have been asking about it and telling me that, with the new attachments, you might be able to do something more intricate with it. So I tried it, and after a little bit of brainstorming and testing, found a very niche usage for this thing that combines the natural damage output of the grenade launcher, that is very good for fodder clearing, with some very nice utility. So we're gonna do this as usual, start vanilla, and then put on the moddies and talk about why it works. M94 Impact Grenade Launcher, single shot, no damage fall off, accuracy of 62, stability of 62, damage of 1350 per shot, reload time of 240, max ammo of 40, stun charge of 75, fire rate of 1.7, magazine capacity of 8, waypoint damage of 150. Stars give stability, explosion radius, and more explosion radius. And then at the last one, we have enemies take an additional 5% damage when hit for 10 seconds. This effect is not stuck. That means they take an additional 5% damage on hit for 10 seconds. That will clock around 135 damage. And that's great because it's just passive damage that you don't have to do anything about. So let's see what we can do to make this even better. Combine its natural traits with whatever's here in the first place. By the way, this, because the wording is a bit strange, your hit will proc the enemy to take 5% more damage from all sources. Okay, that includes your 135 damage and the damage that will be coming in from your allies and subsequent shots. It will remain for 10 seconds, will not stack, but after 10 seconds you can reproc it. It doesn't have a restriction like it cannot be reprocced for 15 seconds, for example, like the tanker or the material break. Tubular magazine, we're gonna go with the fresh LFN reverberator, reload speed 12.5%, magazine capacity 12.5%, enemy take plus 10% AoE damage on hit for 5 seconds. This effect stacks 3 times, meaning 30 AoE damage on hit per second, and that doesn't mean that it comes only from you. It's again universal damage intake. Excellent. Takes our reload time to 213. Going for barrels, polygonal rifling, fire rate and 50% chance on hit enemies take an additional 10% damage for 5 seconds. This cannot be reprocced for 15 seconds, but it doesn't matter because, as you already noticed, we're stacking a lot of different sources of passive extra damage. Armature. Here things are very simple for me as usual. We go with quick charge, reload speed 25%, taking our reload time to 175, 15% fire rate and 30% stability on hit for 5 seconds. You don't need the stability so much, but the fire rate is excellent. So, if I am not hitting enemies to take that 15%, I'll be firing like this. Reloading, very, very snappy. I am not using any gun perks on this build, and then you're ready to tango. Remember, plus 15% to this firing speed because you will be hitting enemies. It's pretty insane. I can see a lot of work being done with this thing and this configuration. Very, very good for melting the biggies because you are proccing them with so much extra damage intake. And of course, you're not alone in a fight. You will have your recon with Red is Dead. You will have your debuffs. You will have your buffs. This thing, modded this way, can get stuff done. And initially I was thinking about redoing the Scout, but my last configuration for the Scout I think pretty much stands. Might revisit it in the future, we'll see. But yeah, I was surprised with how much utility we can push out of this thing now, and I'd urge you to give it a go. It's been FiOth, guys. Sub, like, share, hit the notification bell if you want to be notified about uploads and streams, and if you really want to help me out, please consider Patreon or get a membership on the channel. It really helps a lot, and streamers have to eat as well. Until next time, be well, stay frosty, and always try for perfection, Marines. Cheers.